having kind of a slow week, and I was like, wow, this is like a cool thing to do. It's been a minute since I've done a podcast.
I seen that on your link. I was looking at your stuff. I was being a stalker, and I seen that you have a bunch of podcasts that you've been on.
I have. I've been on quite a few.
That's awesome. Like I'm so happy. Thank you again. I'm just still so shocked. Like I just happened to see your page and I just gave it a whirl. I was like, you know what? Let me send her a message.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Oh, thank you. Well, my name's Tatiana. This is my show, Talk Yo Ish. I've been doing this for about 2 years, and I'm here in Tampa Bay. And I'm usually the only one that does kind of podcasts directly from the strip club.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Thank you. I nobody else so far has done it. There's some copycats out there, but of course, you know.
I wish I could have came to the strip club.
Listen, it's gonna happen, and you're gonna be back on because I'm not going anywhere. So
okay, I would love that.
Where are you located? Are you in like Minnesota? Are you in?
I'm actually Canadian.
Oh,
I'm Canadian, but since August this year, I've been traveling around the States. So right now I'm in Florida.
Now, are you? Oh, so you're in Florida right now?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to tell me where. You'll tell me later. But I'm here in Tampa. So are you close?
I'm pretty close. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Listen, we're gonna have to see each other this week. I'm coming out to you, definitely.
Okay.
We'll just go make an appearance somewhere.
Yes, that'd be great.
Now, you're Canadian born?
Yep.
Now you look a little bit exotic.
I do. Yeah. My parents are not Canadian born.
Okay. Let me see. Shall I guess? Will I guess? Is it a good guess?
Go for it.
Oh God. Okay. Obviously, you have Asian in you. Is it Korean?
No.
Oh, okay? One more. It's not Filipino?
No.
All right. I give up.
I'm Chinese.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah,
so,
and usually when I'm at the strip club, when people guess, I tell them they get one dance, and if they get it wrong, they have to take me for a dance.
Okay, well then I guess I have to take you for 2 dances. I've got that one wrong. I'm usually pretty good, but you have it looks like eyeliner on.
Yes,
the eyeliner threw me off.
and I'm usually not this tanned either, because like I'm usually hanging out in Canada. I'm like not rocking like this like awesome tan, but since I've been in Florida for a bit, you know, I'm looking a bit different than I normally would.
You look absolutely amazing.
I mean, I like it here. It kind of suits me. Like I've got like beach hair going on right now.
You said that you like to run around on the beach naked. I mean, how many beaches are in Canada?
We have them. They're just not always the right temperature to run around naked. They exist. We have nude beaches, but they're like a limited time of year.
Have you been to our nude beach yet?
Is it Hallover?
Yeah, that's one of them. We have like 3. There's a few like hidden ones too.
Okay, I've been to Hallover once. It was, I want to say it was on a Saturday or a Sunday. It was busy. It was really busy.
Yeah, ready. Now, are you in Florida doing I'm so rude. I didn't tell anybody. Well, okay, so we're not live. It's just me and you because I was like, I'm gonna keep you all to myself for a little while.
Okay.
It says Kate Max, right? You are the Kate Max. And you are an OnlyFans star, right? Is that where it started?
No, it started way before that. OnlyFans is just kind of what I do now. I started off like stripping to kind of fund me being able to try out acting and modeling. And then that kind of went really well. And then that kind of evolved into, so I've been like stripping ever since the beginning. And I still do, just like maybe not as often anymore.
More like a feature.
Yeah. And then I ended up working on this TV show called Naked News, where you do like news reports naked. So I stayed there for a couple of years. And then after I left that show, I got a gig emceeing swingers events in Jamaica for Young Swingers Week. Yeah. So I MC like nude swingers parties. And when OnlyFans
you're like broadcasting nude.
Yeah, kind of, except it's pretty secret. We don't broadcast from there, so it's like you have to be there to know.
Oh, okay,
be part of it. And then when OnlyFans started back in like 2017, and it was just mostly porn stars on there. I jumped on that boat because I was like, oh, it's mostly porn stars that are kind of in control of their own content. Like that's kind of like my brand and whatever. I'm not like, I wasn't like full blown porn star at the time, but I was doing nude work, a lot of nude stuff. So it made sense. So yeah, right now I'm doing OnlyFans stuff, but that's definitely not where it started.
Are you a full blown fledged porn star now?
I mean, amateur, I guess. Like, I mean, I've done softcore porn for like TV shows like HBO and Cinemax and stuff. And I've done one professional porn. It was a solo video, and it was a virtual reality foot fetish video.
Awesome.
So that's like, yeah, that's the only professional porn I've ever done, and the rest is just amateur stuff on OnlyFans.
It's not like you, and then there's just like boatload of guys just waiting in line to just come in and
I don't, you know, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I think I might be built for speed and not comfort. And I feel like you have to have a lot of endurance to do like professional porn. And I don't know if I have that in me. You know?
it. Yeah, I'm kind of that wet noodle that just is laying there. So I'm not
right.
I'm not
like,
it's not gonna be a line of people. I'm gonna be like 2 and be like, I'm done. It's over.
yeah, like I don't know if I could last like a full day at a porn shoot. You know, I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna want to eat some snacks. I'm just gonna be like done with it.
I was interviewing her name is Go Fuck Me. She's a porn star, and she was just telling me, she's like, don't ever do 3 sets in one day. She's like, don't do it. Even though they were one guy each, she's like, I thought I was good because I took a nap after the second one. She's like, third one killed me. She's like, I thought the guy was gonna owe me child support.
Oh my god. See, like, I don't even know if I could make it after the first one, to be honest.
She's a pro, but she was like, let me just, and I was funny because I was like, oh, I always say don't do more than 2 pods in one day. But I mean, I'm just, I guess, using my mouth, but
and it's different when it's work, because it's like when I'm at swingers parties, I'm like, I will go at it like multiple times a day with multiple people. But that's not work. That's like me on my free time. Like my job there is to
out where it's
parties,
like take
not
2. Yeah, there's no take 2.
Yeah, so it's like when it's recreational, you can go for it for a really long time. But when you're like, okay, you're on the clock, like you're being paid by a company, there's certain things that you have to do. It's like then it becomes like, oh my god, I can't.
We should strap you up with a GoPro.
Yeah,
it's just more like an amateur type, but even though it's not, but it would be an amateur filming event.
Right. And it's like, it would be like what happens is what happens. We don't go back and repeat scenes. Like what happens, that's it.
We're
like,
not repeating a scene.
Yeah.
So when you went from Jamaica, I seen it said on air personality, like radio on air.
I meant that more for like my Naked News days when I was like a on-air personality, because it wasn't really acting, it was news reporting, but it's also very much like myself in I guess we'll say like that character or that role.
Yeah, because you had a name.
Yeah, that's what I mean by on-air personality. And like once in a while I do.
Right, didn't you call her? I'm sorry, I didn't know what the name was. Oh no, it froze. Hello? Kate? Oh no.
Okay.
There you are. Sorry.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was saying like mostly like from like when I was doing reporting is like online personality, and once in a while, like especially during COVID, I was emceeing events and like hosting events and performing online. So I was just like, I guess that's the right terminology to use.
Yeah, to do it. How long are you going to be here in Florida?
I have to technically leave the States because I'm not American, so I have to leave in January.
Yes.
And then I have to wait like a certain amount of time, and then I can come back like later next year.
Yeah, so do you get to do a work visa?
No, I'm just here like as a vacation person. So I'm like technically like I'm not allowed to work here or anything. So that's why I've kind of just been like cruising, traveling around. Like I'm in an Airbnb right now.
We're not working, people. We're not working.
Yeah, I'm not working. I'm just hanging out. So no, I'm not on any kind of visa. I'm just like traveling.
Yeah, next time you gotta be. Because I mean, I can't believe that Florida hasn't. Have you been here working before ever?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're absolutely gorgeous. Like you look so like exotic, but then with your hair and the tan, like we gotta have you down here doing something.
Yeah, I would love that. Well,
We
we'll hit up a club and see what happens.
absolutely. I'm really excited. I can't wait. This is something so different. Now it says on your page you are, does it say top point 5 for OnlyFans?
Yeah, yeah,
Not top 5, top point 5?
no,
Like
yes.
you're like the like you're it.
Yeah, I like I hustle.
Yeah, oh my god. Well, listen, I told you I'm a baby OnlyFans star, so I wanna get somewhere above, well, I think I'm at 54% creator, but I've only been doing it like 2 weeks, so
But
I
you know
gave
what? Yeah, it's a build, it's a hustle, you know. It's like the same as building your Instagram account. It takes a minute, you
no,
know.
god, I know, and then that one video that goes viral that you were like, "God, I really didn't like it."
Yeah.
That was the dumbest video. I have a video that went viral on TikTok, and it was just me and another independent porn star and like 2 showgirls, one from Canada. We were like trying to open wine, and we broke the little wine thing, and one of them just like lit it up like Bill Nye the Science Guy, and it like popped. She was like, "Oh, I know this trick." So when it did, like it opened the bottle, and everybody like didn't believe that. I guess we were all smart enough to do that. And it went viral, and the whole time I'm really not in the scene. I'm just filming it. So
Yeah.
I got like 790,000 views over nothing. And I was like, God, I'm not even in it. Nobody cares.
Right? It's like, and you never know what's gonna make it like really big. It's like the
No, it's
internet's an interesting place.
always something. So okay, now the holidays are coming. You've been doing this for how many years now? Being like naked,
Uh,
basically.
doing which
Like
OnlyFans or
starting just doing like your adult content, just even when you did the anchoring
oh
naked
wow.
and
Okay. So I've been doing it for like we'll say my whole adult life.
yes. How does Nana and them feel at Christmas time when you sit at the table?
Uh, my grandma, like her grasp on the English language is like very minimal, and she only watches Chinese TV. So there's absolutely no way she would ever come across it or know that it exists. So
So she
she's
doesn't
good
know.
with she's good with that.
Okay. She doesn't
My
know.
parents,
She doesn't know.
uh, my parents know everything about what I do. I used to hide stuff from them, and I kind of got tired of it. And like it's gotten to the point where like we were on a documentary together for the BBC about like my weird swinger lifestyle, and like the BBC like interviewed my parents, and they were so awkward. It was amazing. It was hilarious. It was so funny. Um so they know about everything I do. They think it's weird, but like they don't like express
They-
that. They're like, as long as you're happy, whatever. We
it's-
don't want to hear about it. And then my cousin actually told me that he had to stop watching Naked News because
because
I got a job there.
you've ruined it for him. He can't watch
Yeah,
it.
so that was like a weird, awkward conversation that we had at like a family brunch, and I was like,
Not a family brunch.
yeah, it was like a full family. Like, I mean, it was like grandma, all the cousins, and everyone together, and I was just like, oh god, like this is my nightmare. This is like my
Like
nightmare that someone in my family watches it.
now it's all everyone in your family accidentally was watching
Yeah,
you.
I mean, they all know about like my like preference for nudism, I guess we'll say.
Were you always like that? Like, did they know? Like, you were probably like a younger person just jumping around, like never wanting to, was
Not
it always in you?
No, not as a kid. Like I was super, super, super shy as a kid. And then like something happened in my teens. I think it was like I was getting bullied a lot. And then I like something flipped. Like I stopped really caring what people thought about me. And then I started dressing how I wanted to dress. And I was like dancing on this TV show at the time where you could wear these like really cool outfits. It was kind of like the Much Music or the MTV of Canada,
Mhm.
basically. So I was like dancing on a TV show that was on that network, and we had to wear really cool clothes. So I started wearing like these like stringy tops and like stuff with like no back and whatever. So then like it started off like that, and then once I got into stripping and all that, it like really went like full blown, and
You're
I
just like,
started
it's
exploring like fetish parties and like sex clubs, and just started doing like anything and everything. And then I was just like, oh yeah, this is like, this is my nightmare. This is like 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 my night This is like who I am as a person, pretty much.
That's great though that you got bullied and then you flipped. Well, you just bullied me because you were mixed or because you're
Um,
not of, American descent, you would call it. You have Asian in you. You're
yeah,
Chinese.
I grew up in a town where like the visible minority rate, and this is like black, brown, Asian, everything was like 8%,
Yeah.
and then everyone else was white. So,
Yeah.
um, like when you look different, it's really obvious.
Oh, listen, I'm mixed. I'm Italian and black. My mom's from Italy. My dad's Indian and Nigerian. I've never been white enough, never been black enough. I don't know if you noticed, but I walk with a walker. I had a tumor when I was like 10, and I'm like 40 now, but I don't let that stop me. And I just recently realized, well, I've been told from the handicap world, I guess I'm not handicapped enough because I wasn't born this way. And like
Oh,
I'm like, well, I guess I'm in a bubble of my own because I've never accepted anywhere except the adult industry. Actually, that's where I've been accepted the most.
right. And like
So I know how you
I
feel.
yeah, I feel that way about the adult industry, and like but one of the first places that I ever really felt super accepted was gay pride in Toronto. Like
Yeah.
but even before I really was like comfortable with me being a stripper and like or like a sex worker and like being super proud about it like the way I am now, like there was there's like a internal struggle when I first started, but like gay pride was always the place where I could be like my sparkly half
Yeah.
naked
Just
like crazy like like fairy person running around, like
yeah.
the person I always wanted to be.
Yeah, without being judged. I guess the term is old, but they used to kind of call me a fag hag.
Yeah, like
Because
a fruit fly.
yeah, fruit fly. I've always hung out mainly with, especially a lot of drag queens, a lot of
Yes.
I don't know if you want to call them transgender. I mean, some of them are, some aren't, but a lot of drag queens. Like that's my thing. I love wigs and makeup, and I don't know. I feel like they're flamboyant. I was very flamboyant like that, very girly. Um,
I totally relate to that. Like I always felt like my gay friends were always the ones that could really tell me the truth.
yeah.
Like
Oh my god. Tell you the truth,
yeah,
in a heartbeat.
and just like and they were the people that really embraced like the weird side of me that was like you've probably been told that you're like too much of something,
Always,
and then
always.
with my gay friends it was never like you were too much of anything. It was like, yeah, just keep doing you, girl, you're so
Yeah,
weird.
I was the quiet. There's my dog. I was the quiet one in the gay mix, even though I'm super loud but I mean, I seemed super normal.
Oh no, I was like so overtly weird, and I'm like, I still am. I just don't think it's like I just don't notice it as much anymore.
I call it, yeah, I kind of call it the misfits, and I always felt like kind of like a misfit, and like that's why I guess other people we gravitate towards each other when we're kind of like odd. Um,
Yeah, or I feel like people that have like faced some kind of adversity where like life hasn't always been easy and you've had to kind of like overcome a lot of feelings and you kind of like bond together.
yeah, when girls are like,
Yeah.
I don't have any friends, I'm like, come over here, come to this side.
Yeah.
We'll all make friends together.
We'll all be weird.
We'll all be weird together. Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, that's just me. Like you said, I've learned to embrace it. So like
Yeah,
this is
same.
something that my mom is always, she's very supportive of everything I do. But of course I would end up being a podcaster in the adult world.
Of course.
when I told my dad recently, I said, who would know that some of my friends, I'd grow up to have friends that were pimps and prostitutes. Like nobody,
Sometimes you end up being friends with like pimps and prostitutes.
yeah.
Like you know where you're gonna end up. I
No,
mean,
I never thought that, like, I was like, I admitted to myself one day, I'm like, you know what? This is probably it. This is it.
yeah, like yeah, sometimes I have to check myself and be like, even though everything I do feels so normal because I feel like so comfortable with like the way I live my life and the things I've chosen to do, but like I have to check myself sometimes and be like, okay, what you do isn't normal. There's a reason
Yeah.
why you don't share much on your personal Facebook because you cannot. Like,
Yeah. Oh my
it's like
God. I'm banned all the time. And I'm
right?
like, why? I'm like, it's just my back fat. I'm like, why are people mad?
Right? Or it's just like I'm like even like the things that I get into, I'm just like, okay, this isn't like, you know, I've got my professional Instagram, but I'm like my Facebook is like just my personal Facebook. So I'm like, okay, I can't really share with people that I was just at a sex club this weekend and
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're all
go
excited to
here
like talk
and
about it.
you know, and I had this great time at a swingers party and like, you know, banged myself, got banged into oblivion, you know, but like, and then Facebook, it's like, I went to the beach and here's a seashell I found.
I see that you have something that said like seashells transformation, and I was like, oh, if anybody noticed, I feel like you made it into a vagina, but I don't think anybody noticed. That was just me. Like I like to be. Hold on, I'll show you. I like to be out of the box, and me and my friend are. She's a playmate, Emily Gumliano. We actually, which everybody thinks I'm so weird for, we're actually molding our vaginas. Well,
Oh,
I think that's upside down.
the casted pussy thing?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done it. You have to be practice first how you're going to position yourself because
Yep.
you get one shot.
Absolutely. We've gotten 3 shots.
Yeah.
Right now, what we're doing is we have a company that wants to go ahead and they're going to professionally do it. Like I said, I had it
That's so
upside down.
amazing.
Yeah. So I'm like, and I told him, I said, this is me, but this is the wrong color. I am pink, but I'm a
Right.
little bit browner on the outside.
Right.
But that was, and I've been holding this and walking around with it, and people laugh because I'm like, why? I wanted to take her to Target. I wanted to see what she wanted in the world. And I've even asked my friends, I'm like, will you make a video where you talk about like how awesome I am? And they're like, no, I won't.
Oh,
I know. I'm like, no,
what if you get her like a little piercing or something?
I should, I had a piercing, but after like the 3rd time, I think like my vagina swallowed it. I was very scared. I was younger and it just kept like disappearing, and my tongue ring too. I had like it looked like a pill. So I don't know what happened, but I kept swallowing my tongue ring, and I'm like,
Same.
after the
Same.
3rd time of swallowing and then that swallowing, I was like, you know what? It's a sign.
Yeah, I swallowed the ball a lot. I can't remember if I ever swallowed like the rest of it,
At
but
the
I know I've
top.
swallowed the ball, the bottom one, like many, many times.
Yeah, it's been probably more times than I'm pretty certain I swallowed the whole top. I think I had the ball. That was the only thing left of
Oh
the
no.
Yeah, I think
You
the
can
ball was
like set off a metal detector.
Yeah, I'm sure I can. And I was like, God, I hope I poop those out. God, I'm just sitting in my stomach. I don't have any more piercings anymore because, again, they just, I'm older. So it's not, I had eyebrow ring and that caused a big scar. And, like
So
I don't
I
even
don't
know.
have the guts to get a piercing anymore. Like I'll still get tattoos, but I
Yeah,
don't have the guts to get a piercing.
I don't either. I don't even want my ears pierced for a second time. Like I've
I
had my
know.
nose pierced, everything. Like I think it's we're not invincible anymore. I don't like
No.
pain.
And I'm not above using a fake piercing, you know? If I want to rock a little hoop in my nose,
Yes.
like I will rock a fake one for a day. I'm okay with that.
Same. Yeah. Me and my friend, we put the little pearls or whatever they are, like right here. We'll do like little, because I want a surface piercing, but I'm like, nah.
I can't commit like that.
Yeah. I went and had my tattoos like touched up. Because I have like a Playboy bunny on my chest and like my vagina and like my top of my butt. And I was
What do
like,
you have on your vagina?
I have, okay, so it looks like do you remember Trina, the rapper?
Mm-hmm.
On her first album, I don't know why I thought that was all about me. And her first album, it's got like this this fertility I'll have to show it to you. It's a fertility like looking like ram. It looks awesome. It looks like you're the inner woman. And the way she did it, she made it so tribal. I was like, oh, I want that. I don't even know what it meant, but so I plastered it on my vagina and it covers like the whole left side. And it was supposed to go all the way down the lip, around the hole, and out the leg, around the leg. So after it went halfway, almost to the hole, I was like, we're gonna take a break. And the break has been like 20 years.
Oh, damn.
So I went and got it. I thought it was a good idea because I was going to Italy and to go see family. And I was like, oh, let me just get them all touched up. Girl, the worst decision of my life. Like flying on a plane for 13 hours with your swollen vagina, your swollen ass, your
You're
swollen.
supposed to put like healing balm on it, so you're like just like sticking like balm on like down your pants like every like hour.
I did, but I did it like I don't know. I don't even know why I did it like 3 days before. And my mom's like, "That's not a good idea. You should do it like let them heal." Then I get there and I was like, I can't. get in the water. I even did my eyebrows before I went there, and I was like, what a dumb thing, because
No.
so I'm on the boat burning,
It's hot
literally.
there.
Yeah, for 30 days. Everybody's like, oh, you don't want to get in the water? I was like, can't. I'm made of tattoos and
Yeah, you're like,
plastic.
I've got scabby tattoo vagina.
I was like, but I look awesome. I was like, look, guys. Oh, let me see if you can see it. Ugh.
Oh, I
And
see it. Oh, that's a
yeah,
big
boom.
one.
He's huge. And then he has a little nick in his ear because I had some cancer, and they had to go in and they had to do like a biopsy. And I was like crying because I was like, don't go through the bunny. Don't do it.
Looks
And
like
they
it's part of it. Like it's
yeah,
like
it's the ears. They tried to make it as best as possible. I love him. I posed for Playboy, and I didn't make it because me and my sister's butts were too big. Mine's natural, not hers. But
I don't know if that's a problem necessarily in today's day and
no,
age. Maybe back in the day it was a problem, but I
it
feel
was.
like now
It
it's
was
not a
about 10
problem.
years. But we did get land on Playboy like sorority online. So I was happy. That was like my life dream. I was like, I want to pose for Playboy, period.
Still counts.
Yeah. And they were like, what is the best thing about you that you want us to know? I was like, bitch, I got a disability and you can't even tell. My sister was like, that is dumb.
I don't think that's dumb. I think that's
I
pretty
was like, whatever. I walked in here naked with a walker and heels. I was like, tell me who else did that.
right.
Who does that? Now there's handicapped people everywhere, all over TV. And I'm like, oh, I was fun of the first.
Right. But sometimes you're not handicapped enough. So it depends who
No,
you're asking, I guess.
never. And I'm like, oh, God. Yeah, when they told me, they were like, you weren't born that way. I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, sorry, my bad. Because I would contact them and they would have a lot of followers, and I'd say, do you want to do a podcast? And I'm thinking, like, if I tell them I'm handicapped, our stories, they would read it and just pass it on. And I was like, and then one girl was like, it's because you're not handicapped enough because you weren't born in the community. I'm like, well, is there another community? Like, is there the
Right.
non?
There's subsection.
There's a subject. It's like, are they? And then I don't know. I get it a lot all the time. I'm so used to it. I'm used to being by myself.
Well, you know what? Like my late husband who passed away from cancer, he actually had to have his whole eye removed.
So sorry.
Um well, thank you. It was it was a lot, but yeah, he had to get his eye removed, and it was the same thing. It was like because you're newly disabled or because it's a disability that doesn't affect like how you walk or
Yeah.
something. It's like, oh, you're not really disabled enough. It's like, but he's
Yeah.
missing a whole eye.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of important. Like
Right?
he probably couldn't drive, right?
He could drive,
He could
but
still drive. Okay.
backing up, like I don't recommend you do this like somewhere busy,
Yeah.
but like one day just close one eye and try to back up with it. Like your
Yeah.
depth perception,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gone. It's crazy.
It's
I've
gone.
tried to do it and it was a disaster.
Yeah, look, and I can't even imagine. That is terrible, terrible. I mean, we need limbs and eyes, and that's why we have two of
Yeah,
of
right.
almost
Like,
everything. God, I'm
yeah.
so sorry. Is that the ring you're wearing?
Yeah, this is my wedding ring.
That's
Still wear it.
beautiful. That is
Thank
beautiful.
you.
I was gonna ask you because you said that you do like to go to the gay pride. Is that part of you, or I mean, like, are you into guys and girls?
Yeah, that's definitely part of me. And like I guess like as a bisexual woman, I feel very lucky that I didn't really have to do some kind of coming out, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There was no like
Oh,
I didn't
sorry.
have the same struggle as like even say someone who is lesbian or trans or gay, like it's just like so socially acceptable to be a bi female because of things, I don't know, just think how it's depicted in movies and whatever. It was just kind of like,
Now, was this I mean, obviously you knew this when you were younger.
oh
I
yeah,
almost I almost
oh
feel
yeah.
like that was your turning point when you were young. You were like, "You know what? I like everybody." So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like everybody. And like there was like there's like I feel like for every bisexual person, there was or maybe even like I can't speak because I'm not gay, but like maybe this applies for everybody, but there was one movie that really made me just realize like how gay I was for women.
Okay, what movie?
It's pretty old because I'm pretty old.
Okay, me too.
Um,
I'm probably older than you.
okay, just by a little bit actually,
Okay,
not
see,
by
I
much.
told you. That's why we
Do
connected.
you remember Bram Stoker's Dracula with
Oh
Keanu
my
Reeves
god, that's
and
my
was it
favorite
Gary
movie.
Newman?
Yes,
And
that's my favorite
okay,
movie.
so there's the scene where Keanu is at Dracula's castle, and there's these three vampire chicks, and they're crawling all over him, and he's kind of in this daze, and he doesn't know what's going on,
And
and
he
it
had
was
no
just
shirt
like,
on, I think, right? Did he have his
yeah, and
shirt
they're
on? Yeah.
like they're all over him, and like they're using their sexy vampire magic on him or something, and like I couldn't like get that scene out of my head. And I remember just like at a young age watching it on a VHS and
Yes.
just rewinding that scene and watching it over and over again, wishing that I was one of those girls, but also wishing that I was Keanu Reeves. And that's when I was like,
I'm so gay.
I don't think I'm super straight. Like,
'Cause back
all
in
I know
our
is I want
day,
part of whatever that is.
what vampire movies back in the day on VHS were very, very explicit. And I remember there were scenes that my parents didn't want me to watch, so of course I didn't watch them. And then when they left, I had to go and sneak the VHS and fast forward it because no one knows, but
Yeah.
to whatever scene, and then you got to rewind it to go back because you don't want them to see what you were at. And same deal, I've always wanted to see those scenes. It wasn't necessarily like the sex they were having, but just the sexy trans of what they were doing. Like it was just the music. Remember the music used to be so cheesy and the drums. It was very, I loved it. I thought it was great. That's why I love vampires. Like vampires, anything to do with witches. Every year I'm always something to do with the vampires. I'll be a Disney princess with vampire teeth. And people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I
Right?
don't know.
Like they're immortal, sexy people, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Who doesn't
like
want to have hot
soulless.
vampire sex? Yeah.
Yeah, so like Keanu Reeves' little vampire three-way with those three hot women. Um,
Have
that's
you
when I realized that's
recreated?
when my bisexual radar was like, woo,
Your
you're
gaydar came up.
yeah.
Did you ever recreate that? You should
No, but
totally.
I would love to. Like I
You
would
should re.
love to like cosplay
Oh
that
my god,
scene
I'm
and
a
then
big fan of that. Oh, okay, so you've heard it here on Tokyo-ish. I'm coming to do it with you. We'll find someone else to be the
yeah,
third, and
yeah.
oh, we'll have to find a Keanu.
Right, and, like, you know all about dressing vampires, so you can, like, make
Oh,
me, like, put vampire
I
teeth on.
we got the ones that mold. I actually had some white gold ones that my husband got made for me, and they were like caps, and they like went into your teeth. And I lost one in the move, and I still have one. I'm so sad. I won't get rid of it. They just were caps, and you put them on, and they're white gold. I'll
That's
bring it to you.
amazing.
Oh, we're gonna have to go get some done. It's like a grill, but vampire.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I
It's
love it.
probably one of the first. Like people were like, "What are you doing?" They were making gold teeth. I'm like, "No, can you shape it into a vampire?" And it's funny because the Asian lady was like, "Sure, we can do anything,
Right? She's like, "Whatever you want."
whatever you want." I was like, "Look at them making all these grills out here." Like I was asking them, I was like, "Do you wear grills?" She's like, "No, we don't wear these back home."
Yeah, she was like, "No, we would never do that."
Yeah, no. She's like, "This is for you, stupid people."
Yeah, she's like, "This is, like, a weird Western thing, like, no one
Yeah,
does that."
it was weird. It was weird for her. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I feel like we have some things, a lot of things in common. It's crazy. Again, I'm so thankful that you popped up and answered my message. I mean, you have a lot of things to do and a lot of things on your plate for you to be able to answer, your messages. I mean, that speaks a lot about you that you
Yeah,
answer.
I have a lot to do, but I also, like, I have, like, a rule, it's just, like, do whatever you're comfortable with, like, I mean, like, there's been, like certain podcasts that I've been approached to do and with huge followings, and I've just kind of been like, like I have this feeling I'm just not stoked to do it and I can't get myself stoked to do it. So it's like I
Yeah.
would kind of trust my gut initially with like answering like yes or no to a podcast. Like I
Yeah.
like usually like my initial reaction is like the thing that I should trust. And then
Yeah.
if I'm ever debating on it, it always ends up as like the initial
Like,
thought
no.
anyway.
Well, I feel extra special now because that means that that you saw and heard, and I don't know if you poked around and looked at anything, but That's amazing. I always send like my number one funny podcast because I'm a comedian at heart. And even though we talk about sometimes some serious subjects or things that are adult like, I'm always in a joking like mood, like
Yeah.
I do have a mind in the gutter, and like a lot of people get mad because sometimes I'll say, "Hey, make sure you're talking to the big black dick, like get closer," and I'll push somebody's head into it, and gotten some really funny responses to that. Guys don't like it as much.
Mic check.
Yeah, and I'll be like, and one time my producer, who's my cousin, he posted a podcast without editing it, and I was screaming at one of the rappers. I'm like, "Get your fat ass up there and plug it in!" And I was like yelling at my husband at a club, and he was like, "Wow, that got like the top views." And I'm like, "People just think I'm this bitch." No one heard or seen that I was, they were messing with me earlier. So I was like, I just was giving it back to them, like I'm usually friends with a lot of guys, and you have to be tough. I'm 4'8". I have my walker. I'm in the club. I have to be tough. You can't let it
And
get
they
to you.
enjoy it. Like I always say this to people, and like whether they agree or not, I still think I'm right. Men like being yelled at and told what to do to a certain point. I mean, like not like scary, like control their lives,
Yeah,
but like being told firmly. I think like guys
they
like it.
do.
They
They
never
do.
really like tell you not to do
Yeah.
it.
Oh my god. They'll like sit there and either they'll like laugh or they'll be like, "Oh, I love when you get mad," because like I probably look like this like little troll, like screaming and spotting out, spotting out directions. I'm like, "You better do it." And I'm like, "Well, listen, I want it done right. Let's do this. Let's get
Right?
it done."
And sometimes it just they just need like a woman's direction. I really believe that.
Every time. Now, right now, are you in any type of relationship? Or are you just out and about, free agent?
Um
You don't
well,
have to tell.
um yeah, I'm having fun. I have like a main partner that I have fun with, but I'm also friends with a throuple, and
Trouble.
one of the ladies in the throuple ship, her and I, uh we play. So it's
Do you guys all throuple together, or is this separate? Like,
we have before.
don't they call that nowadays? Because we're older, pansexual? No, polyamorous. Like when you're in
I think when if there's like relationshipy emotions involved, then it's like polyamorous. So
yeah,
like she's part of her own triad, and me and her are like fun friends, but it's not like me, her, and then my
yeah.
male partner are in a throuple. It's like very
Do you have to tell your male partner when you're going with your friend, or is that
um
cheating if you don't tell?
yeah, he prefers to know. Yeah, he prefers if I like let him know that it's happening or that it's happened, and he just not like way after the fact and be like, oh, by the way.
By the way, I'm over here now. Does he go and have a throuple too?
Um, no, not that I know of.
Would you be opposed to that, or is this?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. We haven't gotten there yet. I guess it always depends on the situation for me.
Yeah.
It depends
Like,
how it all goes down,
yeah.
like yeah.
Wait, now you seem a little bit like you're like, well, wait, I want my cake, but none of them.
No, it depends on how it goes down. Like I just like this sounds like a dick thing to say,
I
but
love
I
it. Tell me
prefer
something.
people that already have experience in swinging versus like a new person that's like, hey, I want to be like your third for this, and not really kind of understanding just like the
That's
mutual
true.
respect or the communication. They just kind of have a different mindset. So it's like I do have a preference towards people that are already experienced, I guess.
You're like, how many years have you been in this business?
Give me your resume.
Yours was six. What is it? When they tell you you have to be what 3 years or more in a job? Give them
Yeah.
like 3 years or 20 years experience.
Yeah. I'll be like, let me call the last 10 people you've had sex with.
I see a reference. That's perfect. That's amazing. That is what you should do. No one wants to
Right?
be a guinea pig. Like you're like, no guinea pig here.
Yeah. Give me those good reviews.
I love that. That's a great thing. Like people don't admit that. Like you don't want a newbie. You don't want someone who's just like, oh, this is what I think I like, and let's all try it together.
Yeah. It's like I want someone that's kind of like, been around the block a
Established.
little bit. They know what they want. They know what they're doing. They're like
Does that
a
come with
little more well versed.
does that come with age though? Because obviously your partner's not 21 years old.
No. Yeah, it does come with age, I think. And like something that I've noticed is like, especially people that are swingers, they kind of don't realize that about themselves until they're much older.
Yeah.
Usually than when I discovered that about myself. So there was always, it was always a bit more difficult to find people in my age group.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of going out? Because like I seem to be home on weekends and people think I have this swinging, awesome lifestyle. I'm like, I
Uh,
usually throw it up on a Tuesday, but
I'm not a week. I guess I've never been a weekend going out person because that's always been gig time for me. That's always been
yeah.
like the time to hustle and make money. But like I love like going hard for a short amount of time, like kind of like a slut vacation,
Yes.
and then um and then I'm like pretty recluse and like normal, like
You're
a
like
lot
a
of the time.
church girl Monday through Thursday and Sunday, Saturday,
Well, like
Sunday.
I'm normal, like I'm like still like hanging around my house fully naked, probably doing way more slutty things, having more orgasms than a normal person would.
I
But
don't I don't have any
like
pants on right now, so
right, but I'm like I've got like a
you're
little
lucky.
kind of
Well,
shorts.
listen,
And depends who
I
you're at.
I listen, I made sure this is for us and for us to post on whatever platform in case you popped up and you just were just you. I didn't
Yeah,
know if
well,
you
we
were in a
could do that.
birthday
We
suit.
could do that too.
We definitely have to do that. Like I said, I'm like a baby OF, so I'm like I came ready though. Like I said, I have no pants on. But that's normal for me. I do a lot of podcasts with no pants on just because
Right? So I'm like, I guess like I say that I'm like home and I'm normal, but I'm mostly more naked, probably doing way more slutty things than a normal person would. But at the same time, it's like I'm not always going out because it's like I'm
you
always
have to
in
put
that
clothes on.
environment for
You have to
work.
put
And then
clothes
when
on.
I go out, that's like I like having people over. I think that's my thing because like I go
Do
out so much, I
you?
like having people over.
All right, well, I'm coming over because that's
Yeah,
awesome.
like I think that's like my thing. I
I'm
like
a
hosting.
I'm you like hosting?
Hosting. I'm a host.
Hosting. Oh, you're a host. I enjoy going like to an Airbnb or somewhere rather than a club because I don't know. I like the I guess like I said, we're older. We like the family more, like friends. I'll play a board game.
Yeah, it's like some peace and quiet,
Mhm.
like we don't have to
Yes.
yell, to buy drinks. Like buying drinks.
God, no. We don't do that around here. Now, do you get approached? I mean, again, you're a top-notch, most beautiful person. I mean, I don't know how much makeup you have on right now, but you look amazing. If this is you hanging out, I don't know if we can be friends.
I'm not gonna lie. I threw on makeup for this.
Oh,
Like
thank
this is
God.
not what I walk
Oh,
around looking like.
Jesus Christ, thank you. Because I was like, if I have to stand next to you and then you haven't put on makeup yet, then we're not gonna be friends. I'm gonna totally fade into that background.
Oh no, there's a lot of stuff there's enough stuff on my face right now.
Okay, good. Me too. I was like, me too. I don't have lashes on today. My lash lady, her roof fell in, and it's been a week, and I've had lashes on like individuals for 4 years. Like we're always filling them in. I don't let them lapse. And I was calling her the other day. And I was like, I have three. Like I
Yeah.
look like a roach. I need.
Oh, yeah.
And
Same.
I was in the other room right before we called each other, and I was trying to put them on with glue, and my eyes like this. I'm like, okay, it's not happening. So I was like, get all the lights out. Get all the lights out.
Right. We'll just blast you with light.
I was like, turn the other ones on. Well, my husband is my right hand man, so he's like setting up. I was like, no, move it. He's like, again. I was like, no, get the other ones. Get the bulbs.
You gotta teach him how to do lashes.
I'm teaching my 13-year-old niece because I'm like, I need you, and I'll pay
Yeah.
you.
You're like, you're of age now. It's
You're
time.
of
It's
age.
time to earn something.
I make her wax me since she was like 11, she'll wax me. I make her wax. Now, I don't make her wax obviously down in my dirty parts because she's like, no, I won't do it. Even my sister won't.
Because she won't do it.
She was like, she came to a waxing session. She goes, I don't know what I just saw, but I don't like it.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not ready. No.
She's like, what? Why is that a different color? I'm like, I don't know. Is it? I've never really stared at myself. It has no sun. It has no sun. I don't know. I probably should bleach. Maybe I don't know.
No, you definitely stare at yourself. That's for sure.
I should. I mean,
yeah,
I'm 4'8". I can't get down there to see.
A mirror?
Yeah, well, I could
throw a mirror down there.
This is the closest that we'll get. It's just the color.
Well, that's a good way to look at it, like up close if you need to.
Up close. Yeah, I was like, is this me? Is this all me?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the rest. Now, you've done molds. You have your own molds out, don't you?
I don't. I've done it for fun, and it was like kind of like an arts and craft disaster.
Oh.
And then I brought and I had to buy like the molding powder kit again.
Yeah.
And then I did it again. And then I'm pretty sure it's just sitting in a box in my I have like a content room in my house where it's
we're
just
gonna
like
listen, live podcast from there.
Room.
Live podcast from the content room.
Yeah, it's cheesy room with like sexy, weird cartoon stuff on the wall. It's like my place to be like a total weirdo. So it's like great.
Do you go through it?
But I've done a cast-a-cock a couple times. I've way better luck with casting somebody's dick than my own vagina.
Well, it's hard. Like I filmed my friend and how she had to do it. I was like, I need some assistance.
Yeah, the position, right? And your legs get in the way. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was. And I didn't put mine far enough back when I did it. Like I did go back and under.
Mush it in there. And then she was like, I think it's too hard. It's not going to work. She's like mushing it. I'm trying to hold the camera. I'm like, I can't help you.
I went in with too much confidence. Like I didn't practice before and I should have practiced.
Yeah, we were stirring way too long.
Yeah. It's a real scientific thing, like molding.
It is. It is. No one could just mold. The mold-a-cock, I've never tried or seen anybody do it. I wonder if a man's done it himself. Like
it would be hard to do yourself just because the stirring, you have to keep your dick hard and then you have to put the thing on your dick and you have to stay hard while it's on there, right? So there's a lot of things to do at once. I feel like it's a two-person.
So are you yelling at the guy? You're like, keep it hard.
Don't you dare get soft on me. We got one shot.
I think the yelling is not going to help.
Yeah. Stir, you bitch.
Stir it, bitch. Did you successfully? You said you successfully made one with someone.
Yeah.
Were you nice? How did they keep that going? They must have been.
That's because he had to have his dick in me, and I was bent over the kitchen counter stirring while he was having sex with me. And then
this was the method, right?
Yeah. This is how I did it. And then I poured it all into the tube and then shoved it on his hard dick. And after that, it was all mental. I couldn't do anything past that.
You're like, I can't. Listen, again, we've said it once here on Tokyo-ish. I'm going to have to film this again.
Yeah.
You've missed out on that content right there. This is what you do for fun. You're in the kitchen making breakfast, making cock molds.
Yeah, and it's so messy, but you know what? What else am I gonna do with my days?
Nothing. You're pancake mix was mixed with mold mix.
Right? Or once in a while you just gotta make your own dildo.
When it came out, it's a masterpiece. It's yours.
Yeah, every vein is
Did you give it to him? It's not his, it's yours now.
Mine. Yeah,
it's yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
I'm going to have to see this. I don't think you carried it with you to Florida, did you?
I didn't, no. But if I do make one here, which I think I might.
Oh my, please. Wait, what time is it? You're not leaving yet. I'm coming over. I'm free Thursday. I'm on my way. I have to see this.
I have the kit, so it's ready to go.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. No, seriously, hold the kit.
I got the glow in the dark one because I was I really think I want a glow in the dark dick.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm putting myself. I'm inserting myself.
Okay, right.
Because my birthday's in December, so this will just be an early birthday gift to be there.
Okay. As long as you come dressed as a vampire, it's all good.
I will come dressed as a vampire.
Okay.
Let me go find some more teeth because we'll mold them in.
Right. My Dracula fan come true.
Oh man, listen, it's happening. There's so many things. I'm writing a list down. I'm excited. Well, I was gonna show you, but now I'm like, wait, we've shown each other up. I have my own lip gloss coming out called iSHH Gloss, and when I come see you, I'm gonna bring you some. I
Okay.
when you gotta find something, you can. So I couldn't find all my filled tubes, but I have these really cool tubes that have mirrors on them, and
I love
then
it.
let me see. Oh, you probably can't see. They light up because I have all the. They light up in the dark.
Oh, because I am often in the dark.
Yes, and
My
that's
lipstick is often coming off in the dark for who knows what reason.
who knows what reason.
Who
So
knows what happens?
I mean, I'm usually wearing kissable lipstick, and I think I have my pen, yeah, somewhere over here waiting for me. So I will bring some. They come in my really cute little pouches, and I'm gonna bring them. So my whole thing is, I'm actually putting anybody on my lip gloss, iSHH Gloss. So it'd be like a really cute picture of you, and I'll give you like 10 bottles for yourself, and you do what
Oh,
you want.
cute.
I would love to do that for you.
That'd be so great.
Yeah, that's my gift to you. I have like keychains and all kinds of. I'll bring you a tank top and or crop top.
That's so sweet. I'll have to mail you some stuff when I get
Oh,
back to Canada.
absolutely! Like, listen, we're best friends now, so you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I've got like lighters and like
Oh,
beer koozies.
oh, I love koozies. People laugh at me because I'm like, "Where's my koozie?" I even have a wine koozie. It's huge.
It's a southern thing. I'm like,
Yes.
you guys need them. Like up in Canada, we don't really need koozies, but here you
Yeah,
gotta have a thick koozie collection.
yeah. It's just like I'm from Michigan. I'm from Detroit, so I'm very northern. But I came down here and I jumped right into the koozie snoozy.
Yeah,
One
I
to
have
20
one that
bottles.
I carry. I have one that I carry around here, but it's pretty awesome because I found it on the floor, and I was
Yep. No, I
and
agree.
it was a good floor find. So I'm like, now that's my koozie.
I think I have one my friend bought me from like Walmart, and then I have another one that's a like a wedding, somebody's wedding. I didn't go to the wedding. I
That's
don't
even
even
better.
yeah, so I use it all the time. People are like, "Who's Darren and Shaquita?" I'm like, "Have no clue."
Like, I don't
I
know.
think I still have their wedding invitation on the fridge. My husband's like, "Can we get rid of it?" I'm like, "No, it's a picture." Beautiful photo. Oh my God. Listen, Kate, we are doing this. Kate MaXX, I'm so excited. This is a friendship that oh my God, I don't know where this came from. Like you've made my life. If something happened tomorrow, I can be completely happy and satisfied with the podcast.
Well, you know what? Let's hope that doesn't happen because we still
No.
have a lot to do.
No, yeah, no, listen, if something did, like I'm coming back as a vampire and we're still doing this.
Right? We're gonna go to the strip club.
They're gonna be like, "Who is this girl?" And I'll be like, "Listen, I can finally walk now. Don't ask any questions."
Right? We gotta
I,
like ask each other's vaginas. We got a lot to
we've
do.
got a lot to do. Listen, this is a friendship, and I think business wise, like I just want to carry your purse. I'll just be happy carrying your purse. Oh, Kim, Kate, I keep on. You know what's funny? You look like a Kim. And I don't know if we should have you an alter. That should be your vampire name.
Oh yeah, the undead. Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
undead name. Don't
because
tell anyone.
you're gonna have another alter ego for that.
Right? Because that's like when I become vampire, that's even sexier. That's a
Yes,
whole other level.
my vampire name is Classy,
Oh, I like it.
which is
I
sexy
like
and it's slutty and classy.
yes.
You're being
Mine is
classy.
just another common name that starts with a K.
It's a Kim. It's a Kate Kim.
Yeah.
No, it's a Kate MaXX. I'm surprised that you don't have 3 X's behind your name.
You know, when I made the name, when I chose my own name, I had already done like some softcore porn on HBO and Cinemax. So that's where the 2 X's came from because I'd only done softcore at the time.
Oh, okay.
And that was before OnlyFans and everything. And then OnlyFans came, and then I put like way more out there than I ever had. But the branding was there with the 2 X's.
Yeah,
Like,
it was too late. It's
yeah. So I kept the 2.
that's Tokyo-ish has 2 H's, ISHH. Yep, I always have to spell it. I have 2 H's, and a lot of people misspell it because they do 1 H. But I have an LLC, and I'm the only Tokyo-ish with an LLC with 2 H's.
Right?
It's
Like,
ish.
right?
So now we've got something else in common. Our brand has 2 letters.
Yep, the double repeat.
The double repeat. I love that. Oh, tell us your links. I want to know. You had so many. I'm gonna put more
Oh,
links up down for you, but your main one is your OnlyFans,
yeah,
right?
my main one is onlyfans.com/Kate Max. That's KATEMAXX. Only two X's.
Only two.
Um, I also have an Instagram. It's Kate_Max_. Same thing on Twitter. I have a YouTube. You can just Google my name on there. I have a TikTok. I sometimes make TikTok videos, but I feel too old to learn how to edit most of the most of them. But it's Kate Max TV on
Love
TikTok,
it.
and for all my links, you can just go to katemax.com.
Listen, you are gonna be a regular with me on this show, and hopefully, maybe we can go host something together.
I would love that. Next time we'll do a nude cast.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
maybe I'll teach you how to be a naked news anchor. I'll teach you how to talk and strip at the same time.
In
It's not
Italy,
very hard.
it's not very. I think I can do it. I'll practice right now. In Italy, they used to do the news with no shirts on.
Yeah.
And I was so used to that, and it's crazy because just a couple years ago, I guess, because people have become more perverted, or aware. I don't know. They put shirts on, and now I'm like, I don't want to watch the news.
Yeah, like some nipples while I learn.
I was like, what is this? I was eating breakfast. Mom's like, they don't do that anymore. I was like, oh, well, now I'm going to find
What's the
another
point?
channel. Yeah, what's the point? I don't want to hear the news. News only stuck when I'm straight. I've been married 20 years. So I just love to be able to look at someone beautiful. Like, I don't want to go to strip club and watch guys strip. I want to see the girl strip.
Yeah.
I do want to see the vagina, but I think I'm more like, oh my God, look at what that vagina can do.
Right? I'm gonna look up this like topless Italian news. I don't even understand Italian, but it's not really. I'm just there for
Do you
for
speak
the experience.
Do the experience. Listen, we're gonna do it together. If you don't find it, I'll do it for you. I'll speak
Okay.
Italian and I will just be nude.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
do the naked. They did wear panties, so
But you
it
know
was just
what?
a
That,
bra.
that's part of it. That's like, you don't got to show it all for it to be hot.
No, I think the government was like, we've gone too far.
No pussy lips.
No, but that was for charge. Those ladies were doing OnlyFans way back when. We just didn't know it.
Right?
Yeah, the Americans want to give it all away.
Right? It's like, I'm gonna keep my panties on while I tell you the
Keep my
weather.
panties on. That's for later. Do you speak another language?
I can speak French.
Oh my God. Okay, so see, have you done it in French?
I haven't. I think I would sound like a really slow, maybe learning disabled individual if I did it in French. I mean, I thought.
Please, let's do that in French. I would die. Learning disabled. They'll be like, Kate, look, it's Kim again. Kate needs a check.
Right? I'll be like, oh gosh, like even just like, you know, like reading French, like if I read it on paper, I'm like, I know when I say it, I know it sounds bad.
You
It's
know
not
it.
like I'm completely unaware. I'm like, I know it sounds bad. I'm just still gonna do it anyway.
I did my podcast overseas with my cousin, and we went to his club, and I did it in Italian, and I was okay with it, but I apologized first. I was like, let me just apologize now because sometimes I mix words up, like I'll have to say it in English because even though Italian was my first language, like I learned English at 5, so that's your primary pretty much. Uh-oh. Thank you. Hello. Kate. Uh-oh. There you are. Sorry. I think it might be. I actually almost when we get off, I'm gonna guess where you are because of your connection.
Okay.
I was just saying I was in Italy and I was doing it, and I apologized to everybody, even though I was speaking proper Italian. I'm like, I just know that there's gonna be words mixed up. So and then we actually talked about the words that I get mixed up. Cause like there's one term, it's like, and I'm still probably gonna get it wrong. It's chiave, which is keys, but chiavi means like to like have sex. Like so it's like, or scopa is to sweep the room and scopare is to have sex.
Right? It's pretty freaking close.
So my uncle actually brought over and I'm going to say it wrong probably again, a fika. No, a fico. It's a fruit. And if you say fika, that's a pussy. So when he said it, I brought it over and I was like, "Oh my god, I love fika," and he died laughing. And I was like, "You know which one I mean." I was like, "Stop playing."
Because say fika is such a cute word for pussy. Like it sound whatever. Like
Fika.
even if you didn't know what that word meant in a different language, you're like, I don't know what that is, but I want it. It sounds
But
cute.
I
Give me
want
one.
it. I
Give me one. I'll take two.
I'll take 2. Yeah, I told him, I was like, "I wanna eat the fikas," and I was like, "You know which one I want."
Like, do I know? Do we know which one I want?
Do we? Yeah, I'm sure. He died. He brought them over every day and hung them on my door. I said, "Okay, now you're playing.
Like
Now
say
you're
it
playing with me."
again.
They know that, so they mess with me on the island. There's so many. My grandma didn't teach me bad words. She wasn't like that. She wasn't gonna teach me, so I didn't hear those till I was like 16. I didn't know what pussy or fuck, or I didn't know what any of those words were until bad older kids taught me. So now I'm confused. That's why she never
Now
told
look
me.
at you.
Yeah, now look at me, damn it. So hopefully I know the podcast was okay with them, but I probably won't be back on the island because I talked about everybody. That's what I do best. Oh my God. Well, I promise, Kate, I will not take up all your time. This is Kate MaXX on Tokyo-ish, and I am, again, the most honored woman in America.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I had such a great time chatting, and we have so much more to do together, especially now that I'm here in Florida for a minute.
Oh, yes. Like I said, everybody's going to be jealous, but I'm getting off right now, and then we're going to talk for a few minutes on our own. Everybody, you're listening to Kate MaXX on Tokyo-ish.